Welcome to Over Under. I'm your host, Tony Anderson, and if you want to win some money sports betting, then you've come to the right place. Together with some of the best in the business, we're going to break down some of the juicy bets that Ohioans just can't pass up. Now we're going to break down both games and then build our perfect parlay. And to help me, we have Cincinnati Enquirer's Jason Hoffman and Prince Jay Grimes back at it again this week. You gentlemen ready to talk some football?
Absolutely, let's roll.
Yeah, let's get it.
Now the Bengals are looking like a scary team right now. And so Jason, will your home team get the W?
It's hard to say no, it really is. We've got Zach Taylor this week has preached that they don't have to beat him a fourth time in a row. They just have to beat him one time in a row, and that's this week. But the Bengals are 3-0 in the last 3 games against Patrick Mahomes, including last year's AFC Championship game at Arrowhead. It's hard to bet against him, especially with Mahomes hurt, but he is in a world all of his own as an athlete, so I think it'll definitely be a close game, but I think the Bengals do pull it out.
Okay, now Prince, how much does that injury that Jason talked about affect your pick for this game?
It affects it drastically. I would take the Bengals up to 3-point favorites in this game. His mobility is such a big part of what he does. Jason mentioned that he's superhuman, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him still have some success, but all it takes is 1 or 2 missed throws. And that can be the difference in this game. The Bengals won each of the last 2 games against the Chiefs by a field goal, and that was with the healthy Mahomes. With the unhealthy Mahomes, I'm just not sure the Chiefs will be able to pull this one out.
Leave the AFC and we head over to the NFC. The Niners are headed to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. And gentlemen, listen, I was there at the link. I'm telling you, you could feel the energy in the air. It was absolutely nuts. Eagles fans are just different. Prince, the Niners are road dogs here. Do you believe San Fran will cover?
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game, and not only do I think the Niners are going to cover, I'd roll with the Niners money line in this game. Yes, we know how good the Eagles are against the pass defensively, but they were just 21st against the run in defensive run DVOA. That's the Niners' bread and butter. They like to run the ball. We saw the Commanders use the strategy to beat the Eagles in a surprising game earlier this season. They ran the ball 49 times. I think if the Niners can keep the ball on the ground and find some success, Brock Purdy showed us against the Cowboys, he can handle pressure against a really good defense and not turn the ball over, and that's important.
Full disclosure, Prince is a Giants fan, so he still might be hurting from that beatdown them Birds put on them Giants. But we'll go to a non-biased, an unbiased party. Jason, Jalen Hurts had an incredible game against the Giants. Do you expect him to be just as dominant against this Niners defense?
No, because those 2 defenses aren't made the same. The Niners defense is definitely better than the Giants. So I don't see him being as dominant, but I also don't see him making a major regression in this game. I like the Eagles to cover the spread, win outright.
Okay, before we go, we're going to help the viewers build a perfect parlay together using odds from Tipico Sportsbook. So I believe that the Bengals, they have something that they kind of had last year. I do believe they're going to make the Super Bowl. I believe the Bengals are going to cover. So that is my pick for the parlay. Prince, who you got?
Yeah, I'll roll with the under in Niners-Eagles. And the reason is I think the Niners are going to pound the ball. I think they'll keep it on the ground as much as possible, take pressure off of Brock Purdy. That should eat up clock.
Jason?
I'm going to send out a player prop for this one. I don't think Joe Burrow throws it all over the yard in Arrowhead, and I think that's by design. The Bengals kind of set the tone against Buffalo last week with running the ball. I like Joe Mixon over anything for player rushing yards as long as it's less than 63.5 yards.
Well, there you have it, our perfect parlay. I'm Tony Anderson. Join us here next week where we talk all things Super Bowl Sunday. And don't forget, head to Tipico Sportsbook and lock in your bets right now. You've heard our bets. You can take your bets to Tipico right now.
Hey sports fans, if you want to learn more about sports betting, be sure to follow us on our YouTube channel and be sure to check out all of our exclusive tips and fantasy coverage at betforthewin.com.